Hello, my name is Rebecca, and this video is to fulfill the class requirement for Seminar in Organizational Behavior for Fall 2018. I will be analyzing the networking abilities of Heidi Roizen and how they relate to Adam Grant's theory and give and take, as well as the article How to Build Your Network by Brian Uzi and Shannon Dunlap. In Give and Take, Adam Grant establishes that there are three types of interactions a person can display in their daily relations. First, a person can be a taker, meaning they're preoccupied mostly with their own gain. Second, a person can be a matcher, those that want to make sure that everyone has their own fair share. Or a person can also be a giver, those that lead with generosity and true concern about the well-being of others. Now, Heidi Roizen is a unique individual with a unique ability and personality needed to build the type of network that she has accomplished. Even as a child, she demonstrates that she is keen on being involved and supporting her immediate environment by helping out the family when money becomes tight. With a creative writing degree and little opportunities for employment, her first job out of college was at Tandem. And this was obtained thanks to her network. She knew a person that knew the recruiter, and by a chance call, she was able to show off her outgoing personality that otherwise would have not been displayed simply by looking at her resume. During her time at this company, she oversaw the company newsletter, asserting herself as an information broker and bridging the CEO with the rest of the staff. During her first years as a professional, Roizen understood the importance of networking, and she did that by investing time and engaging with powerful and respectable people in the industry she knew she wanted to be in. She was aware of the need to invest time and be authentic. Later on in her career, she creatively did this by manipulating an environment when she threw parties at her home. She would purposely invite people that only knew half of the attendees so as to feel comfortable enough but did not know the other half, so that this would create an opportunity for networking. By taking this approach, Roizen avoided the self-similarity principle of networking and created a shared activity that, according to Uzi and Dunlap, and I'm going to quote, bring together a cross-section of disparate individuals around a common point of interest instead of connecting similar individuals with shared backgrounds, end of quote. By building up her network with people who had access to power in the industry, Roizen benefited herself while benefiting others. After leaving Tandem, she partnered with her brother in a startup business. This startup business did not have the support of venture capital. Therefore, Roizen knew that she had to network, and she did so by developing friendships with members of the press and by attending conferences to gain access to people. She took every opportunity she had to develop new relations, even by participating in informal but meaningful conversations with people she simply found interesting. She knew the importance of never burning any bridges because you don't know where people are going to end up in the future. Here, I think she displays a taker approach because she is seeking the benefit of her company. While in front of Teamaker, the company with her brother, she also joined the board of the Software Publishers Association. Through this opportunity, she gained insider information that gave her company the lead when it came time to launch a new product, therefore growing Teamaker to be worth millions and later be sold after outgrowing its own capabilities. Roizen afterwards went on to join Apple at a very critical time for this company, when its clientele was losing confidence. She was hired to help restore the trust in the company, and she did this thanks to her extensive network. She was able to call these clients and ask them to renew their commitment to Apple and endorse their new product. Now, it's important to know that Roizen had not spoken to some of these clients in many years, yet they confirmed their endorsement because of their trust and their friendship in her. Here, Roizen highlights that there are three critical aspects to building and maintaining a network. First, you need access to people. Second, performance. Be responsive. You must get back to the person and do whatever you can to help them. Consistency is the third point, meaning you are consistent in all of your actions in every interaction with that person. And by doing this, she says that you can get away with fewer interactions with that person. While at Apple, she displayed heavily the giver traits. even up to the point where the demands on her time were becoming overwhelming and she eventually burned out. Now, as Adam Grant explains, this is one of the potential consequences for a giver. However, contrary to what can happen to other givers who become embittered and convert to takers, Roizen became a matcher. Eventually, she left Apple and decided to give back by mentoring startups and contributing not with capital, but with her time and her experience. It's also during this time in her professional life that she truly becomes a matcher, or as Vincent Pluvinage states, a catalyst or matchmaker, because she assists people in search of new career opportunities, but only after she has made a judgment on whether or not the candidate and the prospect employer are a good match, a win-win situation. While still mentoring and serving on several boards, Roizen went on to join SoftBank. It is here that I consider that her matcher interaction is strongly developed. She promoted the idea that the investment criteria be published on the company's website, so as to allow the entrepreneurs to decide for themselves if it was worth their time to invest or not. By doing this, she's considering her company's time and also the client's time and investment. Still, the giver that she is, she felt obligated to provide feedback to those companies whose business had not been chosen. It is also during this time that she takes on somewhat of a taker approach. Roizen understood the importance of continuing to develop her network with the limited time that she had. So she established deep ties with the people that were the nuclei of other networks, or as Uzi and Dunlop referred to them, the super connectors, so that she could tap into their networks if needed without having to maintain a broad network. However, it is balance what makes Roizen a strong networker. The case finalizes around the year 1999. However, even today, Roizen continues to be a staple name in Silicon Valley. Through Roizen's experience, we have seen the real-life interactions of the taker, the matcher, and the giver interactions. In my analysis, I see that Roizen is a giver at heart who has mastered the art of giving only to the point where she finds the balance to not undermine herself and her priorities in life.